T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone. T-Man 978 bringing you Final Fantasy VII Advent Children's Cloud Strife figure with Fenrir. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anywho, I've been wanting to review this guy, and now with the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think now's a good time. I bought this guy about 2006, 2005. I can't remember. But I knew I just had to have this toy because it looked too cool. And that bike right there, I was like, I don't want the $20 version that doesn't come with the bike. I want this guy. Right about here, we see that it's for ages 14 and over, and there's a good reason for that. And you'll find out once I get it out of the packaging. It says it right there if you can read that, but I doubt you can. And I'm just finding out after all these years that this was distributed through a company in my town, or very, very close to me anyway. Diamond Comics Distributors. That's like right freaking like 15 minutes away from me. Here's some other toys they're coming out with, and just some product pictures and whatnot. And here are Cloud and Fenrir out of packaging. Meet my thumbnail, because that's what this is going to be. These are two gorgeous, gorgeous toys. I'm going to start things off with Cloud by himself, since that's the easiest, because Fenrir is covered in gobs of details that I'm going to have to really go into. Anyway, here's Cloud. He's awesome. But the only thing that is bad about him, or one of the things that's bad about him, is him not being double jointed. Like, this is a good pose that he would normally do right before a fight. Have his sword two-handed and whatnot. But trying to put the sword behind his back with him not being double jointed kind of makes it look a little bit awkward. I guess you could put it like this to make it look like he's trying to grab the sword from behind his back, but you can't really do that. Another thing that kind of sucks is there's no like sword storage. I guess it would just be hanging off his back like this, but there's no way to put that on him. I mean, no, I'm not going to do that. I might break this thing. And one of the reasons why this is for 14 and up, this is sharp as hell. I can almost break my skin if I push hard enough right there. But let's look at this sword. His Buster. And I don't know what that is, but it's appropriate since it sounds video gamey. Okay. In the movie, this sword like broke up into parts and formed different swords, which was awesome. But this doesn't do that, unfortunately. There is some detail right there to make you think it would do something like that, but it doesn't. Bringing Cloud back out here, he is absolutely gorgeous. He's covered in realistic details. Like you can see the texture in his shirt right there. Or his vest, I don't know what you would call it, sleeveless vest, sleeveless shirt. And this collar is nice. You can see his earring in his ear right there. I don't know if he has one in this ear. Nope, only one on the other side. This hair is layered. It's like 3 levels right there. See his eyes and his eyebrow is painted right there. And he looks appropriately feminine, just like a lot of skinny anime characters. He just has a ball jointed neck. You could fold this hair underneath of that collar if you wanted to do things like that. You can look up, not really too much, but you can definitely look down. This is a pose you'll see often. This belt right here is molded on, and it goes around his back. this belt is loose and it's connected to this weird leather thing that's hanging off. I'll never understand Final Fantasy fashion. Just like he has this sleeve over here, but this arm is out. But none of that's connected. It's like, how is this even staying on? I'm guessing it's the belt. This shoulder pad right here moves independently. And let's see if I can zoom in on this little dragon cat little doorbell knocker. Right there. This shoulder can move out, and it's not, the shoulder pad doesn't hinder it. It only moves out about this much. I think even if the shoulder pad wasn't there, but I'm not going to mess around with this thing because even though it has articulation, it kind of feels like you're not supposed to actually pose it. It has a swivel right here at the upper bicep and a single jointed elbow with some, now that I'm looking at it now after all these years, some ugly joints. It has a wrist swivel right there. This arm goes out about that much. That has always bugged me, and I cannot lift it all the way up into that socket. I think at some point this arm was like really loose, and I remember putting like some crazy glue or something on there, which was a bad idea because it looked like it started eating the plastic right there. And this hand swivels right here. And he has an optional, let me see if I can pull this off without breaking this guy. Let me pause. Well, actually, it's scary tight, and I don't want to break this thing while I'm reviewing it. But he has another hand that he could put on. I guess, let's see. It's more angled straight up, whereas this is angled down. I think this is more his sword holding hand. I must have put it on and never took it off because it's scary. I feel like I'm going to pop that ball off that's in there holding it together. He actually has a waist joint, and here you can see his belt detail right there. Even has a butt pocket, a single butt pocket. And his hips go out this much, which helps him get on Fenrir. He has cargo pockets right there on both sides. That same weird knee joint right there that bends slightly more than 90 degrees. The ankles rotate. They don't, well, there is a little play there right there. And they swivel on a toe joint right here, which gives them ankle pivot. Like the whole sole of the foot turns right there, which is cool. And you see his baggy pants that he walks on, basically. Let's see. This is removable, but I don't like taking these pegs out. Let's see. Can pop this off the front. This comes off. And now he's a little more naked right here. We can see his ab. He looks a ton better with that thing back on because his waist is very small. I probably only took that off once to look at it and put it back on. But anyway, Fenrir the bike, and this thing is amazing. It almost looks like some type of creature that transforms itself into a bike. Like this will be its arms and it's holding this wheel in the front. But this thing has all types of articulation. Like these can fan out right here if you want. It can rotate right here for turning, I guess. And there's like soft rubber right, or soft plastic right there to act as shocks. He has a headlight right here. A lot of mechanical detail, steampunkish almost. And I guess this will be a secondary light. I don't know. See, engine details right there. On the movie, this opened up and he stored his swords in there, but that doesn't happen here. That would have been so cool. After watching the movie, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. There was a lot of things I wish this bike could do, but it's still cool. You get engine detail right here. These handles, they sort of look like gun handles, which I always thought was cool. I don't know if that's the gas cap or one of these is the gas cap. Maybe, well, that one, that's definitely the gas cap. You get this exhaust back here, this rear lights. The wheels are made out of like thick, soft plastic. The kickstand, it's a lot of stuff that's asymmetrical, like this kickstand. They have that right there, but it's just round right there. I used to think it was kind of broke because I expected it to look the same on both sides. And the actual pedals, like it looks like this right here. Come on, focus on that. But on this side, it looks like it's kind of neutered at the top. Focus. Yeah, kind of look neutered right there, but that's about right. It's not broken. I used to think it was broken, but it's not. And this wheel has a little bit of play in it right there as far as shocks. I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that. If you can see this mechanical detail right there. And this thing is just beautiful. Here it is from like a top view. Let me try to get cloud on him. I don't know why I'm saying him. I often feel like it is a living creature. But basically, you want to get the feet in between those pedals. I'm probably going to just skip forward on that. Here he is actually on the bike. Getting his feet through here, through the pedals, is very difficult. And of course, this hand gets on there a lot better than I can get this hand on there. And I don't want to fiddle with it too much because this is an adult collector's toy. And I don't think you're supposed to be putting too much stress on this. So that hand wouldn't get on there, but who's worried about that hand getting on there? Because you usually want to put his hands inside of hand on the sword right here. So he can cut fools as he's driving. You can pretend he's grabbing it up out of here, which is nice. And definitely, if I had him on the shelf, I would have him in some type of pose right here, where he's holding that sword out. And I think maybe this will be my thumbnail. One thing I almost forgot to mention is this stand it comes with, making poses like this possible. It's just basically a plastic base. It's two pieces, this flat oval part, this part, three pieces, and the metal hands that just grab him up under his armpit right there. But if you ever didn't want him on his bike, here's an option right there. But of course, you could play with it to fit your liking and put it into a pose that you want. One thing that I didn't like about this toy too, that I didn't mention, is it had this imperfection right there on his sword. And I don't know, it sort of looked like either the paint melted on there or maybe somebody dropped some glue. I don't know. But other than that, this figure and the bike is just totally beautiful and amazing. I do wish that Cloud was a little bit more posable, but it's totally awesome and definitely looks good on anybody's display. And I don't know what these things run for right now. When I paid for it, I believe I paid like $59.99 or maybe $69.99 years ago, but I have no clue what they might be right now. So good luck if you want it. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, share, comment down below. T-Man 978, out of here.